How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we are going through my National League predictions for the upcoming 23-24 season. Make sure to subscribe down below. We're on the road to 2k by the end of the season. To be fair, we probably will hit it before then, but yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the video. So on the screen now is our little table, if you like. So as you can see, we have title first, top three, playoffs, which is 4th to 7th, playoff chasers, mid-table, survival and relegation. We've got all the clubs down there, you can see. But yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. So sadly, my 24th place is newly promoted Oxford City. Now, it's their first season in it, just like us last year, so don't get me wrong, they could prove a few people wrong. They lost Kaleidi Lolos to Crawley Town in the summer. They have done some pretty good business. They brought in Pierre Foncoeur, who was a very highly rated midfielder for Hemel Hempstead. It's one of those, it's their first season. If they do end up going down, I think they'll definitely bounce straight back up. Well, you'd hope so anyway. But yeah, sadly, 24th, I'm sorry Oxford fans, but 24th for me. 23rd, I've got Maidenhead United. Now, to be honest, this is mainly due to them losing Emil Aqua, who was their absolute key man up top. He scored all the goals. You know, that is a massive loss. His goals was one of the reasons why Maidenhead did stay up, but for me, Maidenhead, 23rd place. So in 22nd place, we have AFC Fylde. You know, these last two relegation spots, by the way, are very hard to call. Fylde for me, first year back in the National League. A bit like Oxford, they may end up going down. They could definitely prove me wrong. They have Nick Horton, brilliant goal scorer. He scored 30 plus in all competitions last year for Fylde. If they do stay up, he could be a key man in that. But for me, I'm sorry Fylde, but I think 22nd place for me. In 21st place, don't get me wrong, they could definitely stay up and be a lot higher than this, but Wealdstone, they lost their goalkeeper Sam Howes to Leyton Orient over the summer, which, to be honest, that is a massive loss, losing a goalkeeper of his quality in your goal. But I mean, you know, part-time doesn't really help either, so that is probably one of the reasons why Dorking were a bit down there, because, you know, we were a small squad, and as I say, Wilson are part-time, so that could be one of the reasons why this could happen. Hopefully not. I hope you prove me wrong, Wilson. Please do it. On to 20th place. In 20th place, just surviving, is Aldershot Town. The loss of Tyler Corner is going to be massive. He was actually their top scorer as well. So for a defender, he scores a lot of goals. Obviously, he's gone to York City for about 100,000, I'm pretty sure it was. It's going to be hard, although I do rate Tommy Witherington. He did finish the season unbeaten when he did come in as Shot's boss. He signed pretty much a whole new team as well. They signed this Dutch goalkeeper. They've signed an ex-Crystal Palace midfielder in Stuart O'Keefe. For me, I think they will just stay up, but as I say, the reason why they will struggle is because Tyler Cordner obviously going. In 19th place, I have Kidderminster Harriers. Now, I do like Kidderminster. We got to see a glimpse of them last year in the FA Trophy. I rate Amari Morgan-Smith. He does score a lot of goals, so that's a player for some clubs in this league to look out for this year. Yeah, I think Kidderminster will stay up, to be fair. In 18th, I think quite a lot of people did agree with me before recording this. Solihull, you know, they do start the season strong. They started it very strong last year. They were near the top for quite a lot of it, and then they just dipped down. But for me, losing Andrew Dallas to Barnsley is a massive loss. Obviously, he spent most of the season out on loan at Chesterfield. He scored in that playoff final. Also, Neil Ardley left in the summer, so they've got a completely new gaffer in charge. No, for me, Solihull 18th. Now in 17th, I'm going for Rochdale. Recently relegated sides do struggle in this league, and they're going to be stuck in this league for a while, I think. To be fair, I think they will be mid-table, but they might be there for some time. 17th for now. In 16th, I've got Ebbsfleet United, obviously newly promoted. They're a very good squad. We saw that in the National League South. They have been in this league. They've got experience of it. You know, They got Rakesh Bingham, they got Dominic Polian. Dennis Kutrieb is a great manager as well. Ebbsfleet, first season back, 16th, solid season. 15th place I have Halifax. They've lost Darius Aruvwe from their attack. It's a similar sort of place where they finished last year, isn't it? So for me, Halifax, another solid mid-table finish. So now in 14th place, I have my club, Dorking Wanderers. You know, it'll be quite similar to last year. Quite a lot of fans think we might be chasing the playoffs, but for me, I just think another mid-table finish would do me, to be fair. We signed Harrison Mayle, great goalkeeper, one of the best young goalkeepers with distribution and shot stopping. He's a great goalkeeper. We've seen him in pre-season. He's going to be the next best thing. Obviously, we've re-signed Tony Craig as well. He really did play a key factor in keeping us up last year. But for me, 14th place. Now in 13th, I've got Altrincham. Just quite similar to us, to be fair. They've done some great business over the summer, by the way. For me, I think if you look at their squad, it is definitely capable of reaching, well, in that playoff chasers bit. But this year, there'll be an improvement off of last year. Obviously, they finished nearer the bottom. They got dragged into it towards the end. For me, 13th place, but don't get me wrong, they could definitely chase that playoffs. Now, in 12th place, I have Dagenham and Redbridge. Last year, they were in that mid-table sort of dead rubber zone, weren't they? But to be fair, they have a good enough squad to chase that playoffs. Ini Effiong is going to be up there for the Golden Boot this year. 12th place for Dagenham. 11th place, I have York City. You know, they've got new owners, haven't they? They've got a lot of money behind them now. They've signed Tyler Cordner, as mentioned earlier. Great defender. They've signed Callum Howe. They're building a team that's worthy of the playoffs. So that's why I'm going to say playoff chasing for them. Now in 10th place, I'm going to put Gateshead. They're a very, very underdog kind of side, aren't they? Gateshead have a very, very good squad. Greg Ollie is a great player as well. I'm going to say Gateshead 10th. Now in 9th, I have Southend United. This is a bit of a... It's a weird one because they might not even be a club by the end of the season. They might not even be a club by the end of the next month. As long as Ron Martin sells the club, then their players will want to play for the badge. Southend have a lot of good players. Callum Powell is a brilliant player. Southend for me, 9th place. 8th place, I've got Eastleigh. Now last year, Eastleigh were the surprise package, if you like. They just missed out on playoffs last year. Eastleigh, I think they're capable of getting the playoffs, but for me, I think they're just going to miss out again. In 7th place, I have got Boreham Wood. They're pretty much always in the playoffs, aren't they? They're a very, very good squad, like Tyrone Marsh, Nathan Ashmore, some brilliant key names in there. They've signed Timmy Abraham in the summer. He is going to be one to look out for. Obviously, he didn't really get much game time last year at Oldham, but this year, he could be a big hand into their playoff surge. For me, 7th. For Boreham Wood. Now in 6th place, I have Hartlepool United. Hartlepool obviously looking to get back to the Football League straight away. They've got a good enough squad to do so. They have signed Manny Desirevwe from Halifax. He's going to be a very good goal scorer for them. Hartlepool 6th place. In 5th, I have Barnet. So in the summer, Barnet have signed Callum Stead from Brackley Town and Jordan Gilmore as a free agent, but they have lost Harry Smith back to Leyton Orient from his loan. Nicky Kabamba's goals is going to be really important for them in their playoff charge this year. But Barnet, for me, 5th place. Now in 4th place, I have Bromley. They snuck the playoffs late on last year, didn't they? Andy Woodman's Bromley. I think I rate them so much. They are a great side, aren't they? They can take on teams like Chesterfield. They beat them last year. Towards the back end of the season. But Michael Cheek is a great goal scorer as well. Anyway, Bromley in 4th. In 3rd, it is Darren Stiles, Woking. I really rate Woking. The business they've done over the summer is sensational, isn't it? They bought in so many signings. Reece Brown, Patrick Amond, they're deadly, both of them. They've got quality all over the pitch. But yeah, 3rd place, Darren Stiles Cardinals. On to who I think will win the league. So, my champion in 2nd place. In 2nd place, I have Oldham, and in 1st is Chesterfield. We'll start with Oldham. Oldham have done some great business over the summer. They signed Sean Hobson, players as such like that, to improve their defence. They've got, I think they will be challenging the title. These two could flip. Chesterfield have too much quality. They have Armando Dobra, Will Grigg from MK Dons in the summer. They have Tom Naylor in their midfield with quite a lot of. They've just got quality all over the pitch. But yeah, I think Chesterfield, after last year's playoff final, they will be out to seek revenge. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit subscribe down below. As I say, we're on the road to 2K by the end of the season, and then it is off to Chesterfield. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to do that, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.